Okay, we're back with part 2 of making an atlatl. You can see I'm still carving the spur. I'm using a knife here. It looks a little dangerous, I realized from the last session, but I've got my arm locked against my body, so if I slip at all, the knife isn't going to go very far. It's not going to like come and cut me. Generally, you don't carve towards yourself. I actually do that frequently, but I make sure that I limit my movement. My hand is locked in. I can't even come back very far at all, let alone back far enough to cut my other hand. But it's actually quite safe. Anyway, I'm about done with the knife here. You could finish this off with the knife. A friend of mine, Ray Madden, does all of his carving with a little pocket knife. He makes fun of me for having all these other tools that I have. But I like using the other tools, and even though I'm 90% done, I'm going to use some of them to show you how I do that and what kind of tools I use. So I'm going to set the knife aside now. I've got a little carving set here. Got at a garage sale, flea market rather. Just little gouges. I'm going to use a skew chisel and a small little gouge. Use the gouge to kind of scoop underneath the spur a bit, and the skew chisel to just angle that spur back again to make it like the prow of a boat, so the dart will hook on there. Being careful not to break the gouge. I'm just taking a little bit at a time. Alright, a little work with that, and then I'm going to switch to a crooked knife that I use a lot for this kind of gouging and hollowing. It's actually pretty good already. Get the crooked knife here. And this is sharp on both sides, so I can cut from the right. Just flip it around, now I can cut from the left. And I'm just making little slicing cuts to take off the tool marks from earlier, to extend that trough out a little. These crooked knives are great. All sorts of hollowing jobs. A little bit more work with the crooked knife, just final cleaning. I generally leave my atlatls looking pretty rough, as if they were made with stone tools or something. I don't make that much of an effort to clean up a lot of the tool marks. I'm going to use the skew chisel just to slice back underneath that spur a bit. Okay, a little cleanup work with a scraper now. Just going to take out some of the tool marks and pretty it up some. Okay, I've drilled 3 holes in the handle, and those are for an adjustable finger loop, a single finger loop. The way you pass this leather thong through the holes allows you to adjust it and, for different finger sizes, and if it stretches out. Here we are with the almost finished atlatl. A couple of throws, just testing the spur. And the last few clips I'm going to attach a weight just temporarily. This is a good way to attach one. And as the finished atlatl, I've just got a little oil on it, some linseed oil. But now I'm going to attach a stone weight just temporarily to test it, so you don't know where you want to put it close to the hand, a little further away. So I'm going to attach it. I've put a little bit of leather, I've glued onto the bottom of the stone just to make like a little friction, kind of like a gasket a bit. It's very rough and crude. And then I'm going to use a soft leather thong that kind of stretches a bit to just lash it on temporarily while I adjust where I want to put it, while I test it, find a perfect spot for the weight to be, and then I'll attach it permanently, more permanently anyway. These throngs actually work very well. Sometimes I'm lazy and I never change them. Just throw with those for the life of the Atlatl. It's soft, so it stretches a bit, and with that leather pad on the bottom of the stone, it really holds well. Okay, there it is, finished Atlatl. Ready for action.